Hi everyone, I'm Aurora Newton,
And I'm Angie Bailey.
and this is Ask the A-Team. I am just cracking
And
up
she
this
just
morning.
told me, oh, my high I friend, because I am an I, and I was being silly, and then she's the one that laughs.
Because I catch it, I
Here's
catch the
me
wave.
holding my high I together.
Okay. Okay, this is our serious face. And today we are going to talk about change. So this is a big change from what we usually talk about and the way that we usually respond. Okay, I can't hold that for the whole time. So we're going to talk about change. So
We're going to talk about change.
Boom to you, Angie. Start it off.
My young adults group last night, we were, that I'm a part of, not because I'm young, but because I'm an adult.
She's young at heart. She's young at heart. I'm young at heart.
We were talking about change because we're actually going through some growing pains ourselves.
In the group.
Within the group, we're actually the size of what you would consider like two small group sizes when we're all together, and but still not ready to like split. So we're not, so we're going through some changes, and that affects people. They have to change their schedules. And maybe some of them aren't able to do that right away. Some of them had, and so it's changing a night of the week and a location. And so I just really felt impressed to talk about, plus they're young adults. Everybody's getting started back into school.
Very changing season.
Yes, and so it was just a good time to talk about change. And so, I told them I absolutely love change, which is usually the case, but like we were talking about, there are some things that I really like the way they are, and I don't want them to change because it's a good thing.
And I told Angie that I'm a person that has always said, I love change, but truthfully, there are some things that I don't like to change. I like to come home, and I like my house to be put in order, and I like to be able to relax, and I don't like that to change, and when it does, it kind of unnerves me. So yeah, we can love change, but still like steadiness as well.
Right. And so we even talked about sometimes our personality is a lot to that. I like the change, and I'm an early adapter. I think that's probably more of just I don't like change for the sake of change. I like it for progress.
Pioneering.
Yes, there you go. So we were just talking about what you should do in a season of change, because some people, change can be extremely overwhelming, and depending on the change, it can be traumatic,
devastating.
There could be a death or life-changing circumstances that feel like death.
Absolutely.
So there are all kinds of things that you could do, and the first one that we were talking about was acknowledge how you feel.
Right.
But
that's a counseling principle.
Yes, acknowledge how you feel, but don't put too much stock in that, because you have to weigh that with truth, right?
Absolutely.
Because the world will tell us, and the world's counsel will tell us, and it is true, you should acknowledge how you feel. Because a lot of times I think we run from how we feel, and then it's just all confusing, and then everybody around us doesn't know how to.
Right. But I shouldn't feel angry. I shouldn't feel frustrated. Right. That's not, especially in the Christian realm, that's not a godly thing. No, God gave us our feelings, so it's okay to acknowledge them, but not get stuck or make a decision based on that instantaneous feeling.
So you take the Word of God, and you take the truths that you know, right, and you put them on that scale.
That's right.
And you're like, my feelings are, it just doesn't work, and so you can actually tell your feelings. You can work through those things, and weigh that all out. And then we started talking about, not to just trust our initial feelings about things. But my grandfather recently passed away,
right?
And being a person that always has just life personality, but life. My role as the older sister, and all those kind of things that psychology will tell you, your birth order and all those things. But being the person who has always felt like they've had to hold things together.
Right.
I actually went on the day of my grandfather's funeral. I actually said I gave myself permission to feel.
That's so good.
Because I was like, I lost a grandfather when I was 10, but there hasn't been any. I lost an uncle whom I love dearly. But somebody that was like a fatherly role in my life, I hadn't experienced that ever. And so I just said to myself, Angie, you got to let yourself feel this.
Yeah.
Because it would be easy, especially and
Stop
be
it.
go in even pastoral mode, right? And
Right.
like I'm gonna take care of everybody else, but I have to feel this. I have to go through this to process this, and so that's a change for me. So
That's
just
good.
talking
I'm
about
really proud of you. You know,
it was
and
really
that's-
hard because then it's like tears come, because you get in that mode,
Right.
right? You're like, okay, I just gave myself to permission to really feel this.
Yeah, and that can
Here
unlock
comes
like
the waves
feeling,
of
yeah, like
emotion.
40 years of I've never let myself feel these
It hadn't been
things.
that long. I let myself feel things, but
But it
I had
can.
never had those feelings before, so
Right.
I knew I had to feel them.
You had to feel them,
I knew.
and it really can. I mean, it can unlock a lot of things. And I think the most important thing about change is like everything else, is that we do submit to that,
Mhm.
and we move with that, and we move through it.
Mhm.
But we recognize our feelings,
Mhm.
and when we get to the other side, we rejoice in that.
Right.
We have to be like, okay, I did this, I accomplished this, I achieved this.
Right.
I'm to the other side, and don't keep looking back.
Right.
Don't keep looking back negatively or sometimes even positively, because we can still get hung up in the past.
Mhm.
And if things are changing, if we're moving forward, we're called to move forward. It's even scriptural.
Yeah.
Paul tells us to run the
Run the
race
race.
set before us.
I used
Yes.
that.
Yeah, there you go. And I didn't know that. I wasn't there. So, and one of our favorite expressions, it just popped in my head, be the change that you want to see.
Mhm.
So as you're changing, or if you want things to change, be the change,
Mhm.
feel what's going on, but don't get stuck in the feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about real quickly when we said she's a high I. There is a personality profile called a DISC, D-I-S-C profile,
Mhm.
and I would be under the influencers. They're your extroverts, people that are outgoing, that really captivate audiences. A lot of times they'll be your charismatics. Does that describe us at all? Like, she's way off the charts. I'm a little more conservative, right?
I'm not conservative.
Anyway, so that's what we have to talk about change today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, and I think we'll have to come back to this, because I think people are like, "What? Well, I'm going through change right now. What else do I do? Okay, I feel it. Now you left me hanging."
Okay, so we'll do
come
that.
back to
We'll
that.
come back to that.
Stay tuned.
Might not be the next episode, but it might.
Right. If this has helped you in any way, please like and share, and also follow us. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.